Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School in Macomb, Illinois, Macomb Bomber Field, as TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is happy to have Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bring Bomber Sports to you today. I'm alongside Tegan Perry, and standing behind us, actually in a very full booth tonight, or I guess it's this afternoon, isn't it, is Chris Frankhauser. Guys, it's going to be an exciting game today, and we're ready to go here as we're just about ready for National Anthem and starting lineups.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. The Red Devils did win the toss, and they elected to defer, so they will be kicking off to the Bombers to start this afternoon's contest.
And the starting offense for the Murphysboro Red Devils getting announced as we speak. And the name that I think we're going to hear the most, guys, out of that squad is going to be Devin Clemens. He is averaging about 160 yards a game, I do believe, the running back, number 24.
Going up against him last year, he was a menace to go up against. But hopefully this year, this Macomb defensive line is hoping to stop him.
Carmelo Abernathy is a name you probably will hear some in the passing game if they're able to pass today. Watching pregame, guys, as the Red Devils run onto the field, watching pregame, everything I thought might happen was a little odd. Like even throwing into the wind, or throwing with the wind's blowing so hard it's pushing the ball down, it looked like.
Yeah.
And long snaps are going to be difficult into the wind, especially. I think the wind is blowing so hard right now that it might cause more problems than we thought.
Well, that's just Illinois for you. Whenever you think that you're going to get something remotely okay, that goes the other way and creates chaos. But thankfully we're in a situation where we're able to talk about that and have a fun time doing it.
Yeah, I want to thank the Bombers' parents and the Macomb Fraternal Order of Police and McDonough District Hospital for the opening video we played for the Bombers. We wanted to play that earlier. Saved it for today's game. It's round number 2 of the IHSA Class 4A playoffs, and now it's time for the Bombers starting lineup coming. And it'll be the starting defense, which is not really a big surprise. You'll hear names coming out here that you're probably going to hear regularly throughout the day, guys. Ian Case is a name that has kind of come on of late and played very well.
He's just very talented at whatever he does, whether it's going off at end, playing wide receiver, or just even kicking the ball. No matter where you put him at, he's going to be productive.
So the Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling scoreboard is up and ready to go. We do have the drone is here. It's a little too windy. Chad and the crew from GIS at WIU, the GIS Center, is here, and hopefully the wind dies down enough that we can use it. My brother Jason is on the sideline somewhere, or supposed to be, with a camera. He hasn't turned it on yet, so I'm not real sure if he's found his way to the field or not yet. It is not the easiest place to get on the field out here.
There's so many little openings, and
he's not little.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live. Actually, we won't, but as they work through the starting lineup, but nobody's coming on the field, so I wanted to take a break. I'm waiting for them to come out at some point here. I thought we could show them coming on the field, but they have not came to the end of the field yet. Can you see them yet, Tegan, down there? Are they lined up down there at all?
They have the doors open, but I don't think they have came out yet.
Now
they're coming out.
Taking every last bit of attempt to stay warm here, guys.
Oh, trust me. I would same weather as it was last game, except a lot more windier.
At this time, would everyone please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
So we'll take a quick break here and be back after the national anthem on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And welcome back just at the end of the national anthem as we're ready to go, and the Bombers are just about ready to come on the field, I do believe. As we said, they've taken every opportunity to stay warm. You can hear the music playing, guys, and they are trying to live it up as best they can here today.
Yeah, it should be an entertaining football contest. As you said, the Bombers getting ready to enter the field for the first time here in this round 2 contest.
These two teams are very evenly matched going into this. The Macomb Bombers, though, are coming in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulders after last year, where Murphysboro beat them. And that's going to be a huge factor today, don't you think, Dwayne?
Yeah, I think the Bombers have played kind of with a chip on their shoulder all year long for one reason or another throughout the year, and I think this is just another thing to use as their motivation, if that makes any sense at all, and we'll see how that works out as the team is slowly walking onto the field. And we can't see the clock. We wanted to have a camera so you guys could see the clock, folks, at home today. But unfortunately, with the wind the way it is, we couldn't get one up on the roof to go. As the Bombers getting ready to run on the field now. As Lindsay May and Max Reiner have the M flags, and they'll be running onto the field in just a couple moments.
Waving those flags is very important. That's what I did during Murphysboro. It shows who is the leader of this team and who's going to help lead them to victory. And apparently the team thinks that Ethan and Lindsay are going to be the ones to do that.
Decent little Murphysboro crowd on the far side. It's a long drive for those folks to get up here today.
You said Murphysboro stayed overnight?
No, they did not.
They drove up this morning.
That might be a bit of a factor because when we were doing it,
here come the Bombers. And there's a sideline camera from Jason. We'll shrink that down a little bit. Let you see that a little bit better. And that's what we'll look at from the sideline a little bit. John Burton on the main camera up top, and the drone is actually turned on. It's not flying, but I can show you what that looks like as they're in the softball field next door, waiting for the wind to clear up as we get ready to go. And this is a big part of what the Bombers do, isn't it, Tegan? They get up there, they take this last second as a team to get fired up.
Yeah, Max Reiner has the best ability to hype someone up. His signature 2 claps and a Ric Flair. It gets everyone hype, it gets everyone ready to go, and it gets someone to go out and win the game.
And there they are as we're ready to go. The Murphysboro Red Devils are like, hey, kids, let's get this game started. They're out ready to kick off. The Bombers will have the ball first to open the first half. And, Chris, the Red Devils won. They wanted the ball in the second half. They're trying to say maybe a little bit that we can do something defensively against your offense.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that says, Dwayne, is they want to dictate same things on the defensive side of the ball first, and they're going to have the wind at their back here in the opening quarter as well.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a deep kick, I would think, because they've got the wind at their back. as we get ready to go here. And on to kick number 12, A.J. Bosey.
Got to think that what you pick for first or second it doesn't really matter because both have their advantages in a game like this, especially since with how the wind is.
Alamo watching from San Antonio, Texas. And the kick is deep. Langdon Allen is back there, goes through his hands, and it's a touchback. He tried to catch it at about the 2, Tegan, and just couldn't hold on to it. Went through his hands and out the back of the end zone.
That might be a little bit on the wind. Sometimes it might be a little bit hard to catch in this type of conditions.
Once again, we welcome everybody watching from around the country and around the world. Let us know where you're watching from. We already have San Antonio, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin in the live chat, so hop in there and tell us where you're watching from. Jack Duncan from the pistol, left to his left. He's got Lindsey May, I do believe, and then Max Reiner's going to get the first carry. He rows off left side. He's going to gain a yard or two, maybe 3. He keeps his feet pumping, and he'll have a nice gain on first down. It's going to be a gain of a short 4, long 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bombers.
Probably going to be like that all day today, as we said. You want to run the ball as much as possible and have to not throw in this wind.
JT Jeter, as Tegan said in the pregame show, is out there. He's wide right. We're going to take a look at this play from the sideline camera. Jason's got it going down there about deep down to the left side of the offense, and there's another run by Reiner, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield this time. A bunch of white jerseys back there.
Emmanuel Wells, 31.
And also number 75 was back there. That was Wyatt Evaldi back there, and it's a loss of 1, 3rd and 8.
4 receivers for the Bombers now.
And they are playing press coverage, single safety deep for the – and I think the Bombers might have just jumped. The flag is thrown.
They're going to get Ladd, I think, at center.
And the first penalty of the game is to the Bombers, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 13, or 3rd down and 13, excuse me, from their own 17-yard line.
Now you kind of put your spot where you have to throw the ball regardless.
Or you run it and punt, but I tell you what, the punt's not going to be very good in this wind. So, and now they jump again. That time it's Langdon Allen on the slot on the far side. Chris Derry's watching from Bloomington Normal. Jeremy Butcher's watching from Tucson, Arizona. Jason Brant's watching from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Max Reiner's great uncle is a Yorkwood class of 71. Watching. Tyler Cummings is here as well. And we're going to try it again. Long, and Reiner's going to bounce it outside. He's got some running room. He's going to get back to and pass. And there's going to be a flag late, but that's going to be on the Bombers, I would imagine. It's a nice run.
Out to the 27.
That might be – they might get him on blocking the back, which it seemed like he got in front of him.
Back flag is on the 21-yard line. It's
on Murphysboro.
Personal foul on Murphysboro, and an automatic first down for the Bombers. So that come at the end of the run.
Maybe some words were exchanged, possibly.
A 10-yard gain on the play, and then 15 yards tacked on in the end of that. Man, that's a big penalty for Murphysboro.
Especially since you got them down 3rd and 20.
That's going to take it out beyond the 40 to the 42. And that's a field position penalty there, as you had the Bombers inside their own 30.
Duncan's going to go back to that same formation. Handoff's going to go to Reiner up the middle.
Ooh.
He lowers his head, but, man, he's stuffed up there. And it's Evaldi again up the middle blocking, and he took
out a couple linemen with him.
Yeah, it was down there, I think, Kendrick. Hunter Kendrick was on the ground underneath him. He got ran over there, and it's 2nd down and 9 for the Bombers from their own 43-yard line.
This defensive line's tough. You got to find a way to scheme to block them.
Handoff's going to go to Reiner around right side. He cuts it back up the middle, gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 for the Bombers from the 46-yard line.
Zach Knott on the stop for the Red Devils.
3rd down and 6.
tough call here. You could go for a short pass and try to get it there, but not in this weather.
So here's Duncan going to look to throw again. Duncan's going to throw right. He's got him. Langdon Allen, first down, a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers. From the 46 into Red Devils territory to the 42. It's a 14 or a 12-yard gain and a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers.
Good throw there by Jack.
Kept it low, tight spiral. Duncan now steps back with two running backs, one to each side. He's going to take the snap. Handoff's going to go to Reiner again. He's going to bounce it outside. He's got some running room. He's going to wrap up and
still go on his feet.
Keeps his feet pumping. Langdon Allen tries to get in there and give him a little push. He's going to be down to the 35-yard line as the Bombers have it second down and 3 after a 7-yard gain by Max Reiner.
We talked about this earlier in the season. If Max Reiner just chugs his feet and keeps on going, he's not going to get taken down by 1 or 2 dudes. It's going to take most of the team.
Want to say hi to Ron Corson watching from Whitechurch, United Kingdom. And Reiner again up the middle. He's going to have a Sports Corner first down, I do believe.
It's going to be close to
He's going to be to the 31, a gain of 4, and a Sports Corner first down for Max Reiner. Sports Corner first down number 2. Amanda Frost-Frakes is watching from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Duncan's going to give the handoff to Reiner. We'll watch this again as Jason's down there on the sideline cam. Reiner breaks one tackle and then breaks another. He's going to be brought down inside the 30, a gain of 4. It's going to bring up second down and 6.
I say this drive is typical Illinois football, I would say.
33 Lane Mills on the stop for the Red Devils.
Here come the Bombers again. 3 wide receivers right. Handoff's going to go back to Reiner again. He gets tripped up in the backfield, keeps his feet pumping, and a nice tackle there by number 11, Ethan Finke. But not until Reiner gets another couple yards. It's going to bring up third down and 4.
Bringing in the fullback, Lindsey May, on this one. They might try another run up the middle here.
Ball just inside the 30, just short of the Red Devil 29.
Jaden Jones, near side receiver. Jeter, the far side, out to the right. Slot is Allen. Single setback is Reiner. Lindsey May, the tight end on the right side, kind of an H-back spot. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. They got some penetration, but it's going to be close to a first down, very close. We'll see where they mark it.
I think he's down to about the 21.
They're going to stop it, and they're going to say Sports Corner first down at the 21-yard line for the Bombers.
I think that play call was mostly whether or not he got the first down. I think whether or not they were going to go for it, even if it was on 4th, especially when you're this deep into their territory. So good play call by Coach.
First and 10 Bombers after the Sports Corner first down by Reiner, and this has been a almost exclusively dose of Reiner minus the first down pass to Allen. That time the Red Devils are there for a stop. Coming up to make the stop, number 33, Lane Mills, and other friends on the stop. No gain on the play, second down and 10.
Jaden Jones coming in for the play while Max Reiner's coming out.
Well, Reiner 11 carries on this opening drive already for 37 yards.
Yeah, he deserves a break, right?
And it seems like they're not going with Cochran, but Jones at running back.
It is Jaden Jones. He goes around the right side, a little thunder and lightning. He breaks the tackle, keeps his feet moving, and he's across the 30.
He's down inside the 15.
Yeah, he is. Across the 20, I meant, but he's down inside the 15. You're right. A gain of 7? Third and 3.
Yeah. Expect to run up to the middle or probably to the B gaps here.
So we see Reiner check back in for the Bombers.
Third down and 3, 4-down territory, especially going into the wind, even if you had a kicker. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's going to try and run outside. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. 12th carry goes for a loss. Back there is number 2, Zach Noss.
That's a loss of 7.
And other people, a loss of 7. It's 4th down and 10 for the Bombers at the 21-yard line.
6.5 on the clock in the opening quarter.
Chris Derry had a comment saying that the field looks great and remembered getting cinders in his shoes when he had to run the mile in PE. A lot of us of a few years of age can remember that exact same thing at schools from throughout the area, but it is a beautiful field here at Macomb High.
Expect probably a curl here from one of the wide receivers.
Temperature about 45 degrees, and there's a throw. It's completed to Jeter. He's going to be short of the first down, though, I think. They might give him forward progress. We'll see. They are going to give him forward progress.
I think
it is a first down, a Sports Corner first down on a completion, 10 yards from Duncan to Jeter, and it's a first down for the Bombers at the 11-yard line of the Red Devils. How much time's left? Can you see, Chris?
I'm trying to get down here far enough to see.
No, I think it's 8.
Just under 5 minutes ago, I heard Justice say at the other end.
4:47 on the clock.
4:47 remain. The Bombers have had the ball the entire first quarter. We'll take a look at Jason's camera here from the end zone. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 10.
Still on his feet.
Bottled up close to the 5-yard line. Ethan Finke on the stop again, but a nice gain that time for Reiner. Gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6 from the 7.
It seems that the teams that Macomb has faced, they've learned from and are copying their strategy a little bit. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, the wind today is blowing out of the south-southwest at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. There's the fake pitch, and the handoff's going to go to Reiner. And the Bombers have the touchdown, a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers, and I totally missed that. Jason had it wide open on the camera, and I missed it. I got the celebration, but missed the run.
7-yard touchdown run for Max.
That was a wide hole for Max. If that was easy. That was an easy
Well, that's what
touchdown.
that play fake and the pitch kind of opened up some holes for Max, and he basically walked in untouched.
And
here comes Langdon Allen on a 2-point conversion run, and it's good.
They did the same. They just did the same thing again, but handed off the ball.
And the Bombers get the touchdown. It's 8-0. Bombers here early. It's not that early. It was a 6 or 8 minute drive almost for the Bombers to open up the game. We'll take our first break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple moments.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. 8 minutes and 4 seconds on the opening drive for the Bombers, and they punch it in on a 7-yard touchdown run by Max Reiner, and the Bombers lead 8-0. We'll see if we can get the scoreboard to work. It's not working for some reason.
Drew Watson's going to be kicking off.
Drew Watson kicked off early in the year a little bit. We'll work on the scoreboard. It's a squib kick. It's going to be picked up. Number 3, Trey Gillespie.
Langdon Allen down on the stop for the Bombers.
It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Red Devils for the first time in the game at their own 47-yard line.
2-yard return for Gillespie. 1st and 10. Red Devils on the
Now it's time for the defense to hold their end of the deal. You can't stop this running game. It's going to be back and forth all day.
So they're going to start with 4 wide receivers set here and no running back. Clemens is going to be the slot back on the far side, slot receiver on the near side. He's going to go in motion. He's going to get an inside handoff. He's going to go outside. He's got Carter Hogue out there, and then he circles back, and he's going to lose a bunch.
Case and company on the stop for the Bombers.
Yeah, Hogue was out there initially. He got into the backfield initially and kept contained. A loss of 7 for Clemens, and it's 2nd down and 17.
Yeah. I did not expect them to do that, that's for sure. Maybe they wanted to try to catch Macomb off guard and think they were going to throw, but Macomb knew they were going to run 100%. Good restraint by the D-line for not jumping off. QB strength in play.
Going to throw downfield.
That's intercepted.
Jaden Jones has got the interception. He's going to go right side. He's got some running room. A big block. He's across the 50. Stiff arm to the 45 and knocked out of bounds, but the Bombers have the football. 1st and 10 in Red Devils territory after the interception by Jaden Jones. He intercepted at about the 38-yard line, returned it about 16 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 46 of the Red Devils.
Abernathy, the intended receiver on the pass, and a great job by the Bomber defense, and Jones had that read perfectly.
Yeah, Jones knew the route immediately as he was going to do, read the QB's eyes, intercepted it. I knew as soon as that ball was thrown it was going to be intercepted.
Handoff going to go to Reiner again. He breaks one tackle and gets dropped down in the backfield, a loss of a couple on the carry for Max Reiner.
Wells on the stop for the Red Devils.
Loss of 2 yards, 2nd down and 12.
Already the 15th carry for Reiner in the opening quarter.
Got a little sunlight showing out right now. First time we've seen that today.
Handoff's going to go to Jaden Jones. He cuts it up the middle. He's going to get those 2 yards back and a bunch more. A gain of 8. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Emmanuel Wells, and on that stop for the Red Devils.
Still having a little trouble with the scoreboard, folks. I apologize. We're still working on that. It worked earlier. Not sure what's going on with it now.
Hand off to Max Reiner.
Reiner's going to come around left side. He breaks a couple tackles, but finally a good job of holding on and making a tackle for Zach Noss. But it's going to be 4th and 2 after a 2-yard gain.
1:33 on the clock.
Might try bunching up here and just run right down their throat.
Duncan walks up under center. He's going to take the snap. Going to go for 2 for the. He's going to get close.
I think he's down close to the 35.
He just walked up under center and going to get the Sports Corner first down for the Bombers.
6th first down for the Bombers here in the first quarter.
And it's 8-0 Bombers. So we're still trying to get the scoreboard to work right here, folks. I apologize. There it is. It's working now.
There we go.
Duncan going to take snap, hand off to Reiner, and then coming into the backfield to make tackle about 3 yards deep was Trey Gillespie, but Reiner with a little strength is going to drag him forward for 4 yards to get a 1-yard gain.
We're down under a minute to play.
Yards after contact, 4, but yards gained 1. And Duncan's going to take the snap. And they nearly jumped. They tried. The nose tackle gave it a whirl, but held his ground just barely. And Duncan now, that sun is bright. Reiner's going to look right side this time. He's going to be Gillespie. A good job on the far side. Number 26, that's Kevin Hale holding his ground. And it's going to be no gain. 3rd down and 10.
Seems like they're very focused on ripping that ball out for Max.
And that'll end the first quarter of play. The Bombers lead 8-0, but they have a 3rd and 10 at the 36-yard line going with the wind when we come back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. This game is being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. 3rd and 10 for the Bombers, 36-yard line of the Red Devils.
They're going 4 wide here, so might try something short.
Duncan going to go downfield to double pump. He's got Jaden Jones, and he overthrew him. He didn't put anything on that, guys. It was laid off of it. He knew he had to, but he still overthrew Jaden Jones.
Had him open.
Like we said earlier, the wind's going to be a very huge factor today. It's just
Do have an 8-man football final. West Central 38, Milledgeville 14.
That game was tied at 14-14, you told me earlier,
yes,
right?
at halftime.
So we'll have West Central on in a semifinal on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH next week.
got to expect Macomb to probably throw again.
Brian Donovan, I was trying to fix the scoreboard. I think I finally got it fixed. Now Duncan's going to be sacked, and he fumbles it, and it's going to be not a whole – it's not a big deal. It's 4th down anyway, where he got sacked or where he lost it, but they're going to end up losing another 6 yards because of it. Duncan's going to lose from the 36 to the 51, 20 or 49, 29 or 20-yard loss.
So Murphysboro will take over on the Bomber 49-yard line here to start their second offensive series.
It's going to be a battle on both sides. Both teams really good defenses. Both teams really good run games. Just who's going to make the first stop first. Motioning.
And here's the handoff. Nothing going on, though. Maybe a yard gain is a big pile of Bombers are there.
Ethan Finke
on the carry.
And after Ethan Finke.
Ethan Ladd, Hunter Kendrick, and others there on the stop. And we do have the drone up flying right now. So we'll take a look at what the drone looks like high above Bombers field. As we're still having a little problem with the scoreboard. We'll work on that as we go along here. Handoff's going to go to Clemens. He bounces it outside. He's going to be stopped by Langdon Allen, playing the cornerback spot, making the stop. A short gain on the play. Give him a gain of 4. It's going to rip 3rd down and 5.
That's a good tackle by Allen on going low. As we said, that's going to be a key here with regards to Clemens, to hit him low and not give him the opportunity to break some tackles, and a good job by Allen on that one.
Sevens doing battle into quarterback position. Drew Caldwell, the quarterback for the Red Devils, wearing number 7 as well, in motion. The pitch is going to go to Carmelo Abernathy, and he's going to be close to a first down.
He's got it.
We'll see what they do. Stop the clock, so they're going to say 1st and 10 Red Devils at the 39-yard line of the Bombers.
Seemed almost like he was, because they ran something similar last year where they had a play where they motioned it off to the side and they threw it downfield. So that might be something else to look at later on.
Caldwell and Clemens to his left. 2 wide receivers near in motion. Fake handoff to Clemens. He's going to roll left, throws to the flat to Abernathy. He makes the catch. May was there, but Carter Hogue's going to come up and finish off the play. A gain of 4 on the pass to Abernathy, and it's 2nd down. Where are they going to mark it at? Maybe across the 35. Actually, a gain of 5 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5.
I will say good job on Murphysboro for being able to push after contact. That's really going to help them later on down in the game.
And Abernathy in motion again, comes near side. Caldwell still waiting to take the snap. One receiver far out to the right. Handoff's going to go to Clemens inside. He bounces off. Meredith is there, and I think Ladd is there as well. Very little gain for Clemens. He's going to gain 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Red Devils.
I think he had a hole right there, but Meredith just squeezed it up in time, and he bounced off his lineman.
Gain of 2 yards, 3rd down and 3.
Caldwell's dropping back, fakes, rolls left. Under pressure again, cross the 35. He's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Bombers' number 8, Connor Bishop. And it's a loss on the play, I think. We'll see.
I'm going to say no gain.
They're going to move it back a yard or two. 2 yards back. It's going to loss of 2. It's going to bring 4th down and 5.
And I thought Caldwell had tons of room there. He could have just tucked it and maybe gotten up close to the 1st down on that play.
I think he was still waiting for his wide receiver to get open.
It is 2nd quarter here, as we're still trying to have some problems with the scoreboard. Scoreboard score is correct. Clemens on, and he's going to fall down. He's going to turn it over on downs on the slip for Devin Clemens, and it's going to be Bomber football. A loss of 2, and it's going to bring up maybe more than that. Where are they going to mark that all the way back to?
The 38 or 39, I think.
37, a loss of 3. So let's bring up 1st and 10 Bombers at their own 37-yard line.
Max with the handoff.
Reiner up the middle again. Keeps his feet pumping. Man, you just can't bring that kid down.
Good grief. 6-yard gain, 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain, and again, 4 of it after contact.
Max Reiner just has an endless motor. Doesn't stop no matter what. When you think.
See Max check out, and May in the ball game in the backfield with Duncan. Timeout, Bombers.
They had 10 men on the field, so
the Bombers going to take a timeout. This game being brought to you today on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents Bombers sports all year long. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local carrier today at Carrier Dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soups, salads, sandwiches, homemade desserts, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Well, what's your take here, guys, as we work through the 2nd quarter?
It's kind of played out like I thought. A heavy dose of Reiner early on. We are at 7:50 to play here in the opening half.
And now it's going to go to Reiner again, and he's across the 45 near a 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1.
I was going to say myself, I wonder why they haven't used much Cochran in this game, but I guess when you have Max Reiner being able to get 4 yards every play, I guess there's not really much of a reason to change your game plan.
7.5 minutes left here, and it's 3rd down and 1. Excuse me, I was down early. Duncan's going to keep it again.
I'm not sure this.
And he's going to roll forward, and he's going to get the first sports corner 1st down, as he just kind of rolled her forward and got it to work. A 1st down for the Bombers.
Yeah, this Murphysboro defense is attacking the ball. Seems like instead of wanting to make the tackle, really, they want to grab the ball and try to rip it out before they make the tackle. That's why Max hasn't been able to be take down a lot.
So here comes the inside handoff to Jones on the shovel pass, actually. He's going to go for a gain of 4. It's going to be second down and 6. That's a short 4, but we'll give him 4 nonetheless.
Gain of 4 yards, second down and 6.
Handoff's going to go to Reiner again. Reiner across the 50. Looking for the 46, and they just keep moving the pile forward. They're finally going to blow the whistle. He ended up a yard or 2 farther down, but they're only going to give him credit to the 48. It's third down and 5 for the Bombers.
Seems like Drew Watson is getting in more snaps in at wide receiver.
6 to play here in the opening half.
Duncan tried to draw him off sides again. Nothing doing. Throw out in the flat to Langdon Allen. Off his fingertips, incomplete. And it's fourth down and 5 for the Bombers.
Fourth down and 5.
There, after all that, I think I finally got the scoreboard working.
That's good.
5:41 to play here now in the first half.
Tegan, I feel like it's the first game of the year, and we had to have the Bombers are going to punt it away here.
What?
4th and 5, and play the field position game here with the wind to their back.
I don't know. They might try something a little tricky here.
Nope, they're not. It's a nice high punt, and it's going to drop in the end zone.
About 3 or 4 yards deep.
It got it up in the air, and the wind just pushed it. It's going to be 1st and 10 Red Devils at the 20-yard line, and they have had very little success against this Bomber defense thus far.
I suppose that what Coach Orrell is thinking, that their defense is going to be able to stop their offense a lot more than their offense is going to go down the score.
11 yards of offense for the Red Devils so far in this first half.
I was going to say, I thought we were going to expect more of an offensive game for Orrell when it came to on the ground and being more aggressive, but it seems like they want to play a little bit more conservative here than pin them down deep and have the defense make the plays.
We'll get the drone is up in the air, see if we can get it zoomed in a little bit here if it's good to go, and we'll watch a play or two from the drone here in just a couple plays. But right now Caldwell is going to have Clemens go to his right and see what they do here. Handoff's going to go inside. Ian Case got pushed inside. Hogue's out there to stop, though. The ball carrier, Ethan Finke.
Maybe a yard.
Gain of 1.
Carter Hogue on the stop for the Bombers.
Hogue stayed home out there wide left, and Ian Case kind of got blocked inside. He did force Finke to go around him deeper and wider to the outside. So.
Sometimes the best thing you can do as a defensive end is just push the running back outside, because then it's all in your corners.
Second down and 9. Handoff's going to go to Clemens. He's going to turn it upfield. He breaks one tackle. He's going to get hit again, breaks another. But, man, there's just black jerseys everywhere. A gain of 2 for Clemens, and it's third down and 7.
Yeah, Murphysboro is feeling very threatened right now. They're starting to chop their linemen immediately. Whatever side they're not running to, they're chopping their linemen down. So it's Murphysboro is scared right now, I'd say.
Gracie Murphy, the Eastern Region Vice President for the National FFA organization from here in Macomb, is going to be our halftime interview. And there's Clemens again.
And he's not much
and
there.
Again, the Bombers and Reiner on the stop. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7, no gain. And they're going to have to punt here. And, man, you do not want to punt into this wind, I don't think.
The first quarter is what I expected, but now going into the second quarter, this is not what I was expecting at all.
That makes that punt look like a really great call by Coach Orrell and staff.
Yeah, good call on him then.
Yep, they flipped the field a little bit. And they're going to try to punt it, I think. They are going to punt it. Low and out of bounds. In
at the 45.
Red Devils territory.
They're moving it up.
Way
out
back
at the 40.
to the 40. I knew it wasn't very far, but I didn't think it was that close. Game being brought to you here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar. It's Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time Live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi. 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Hey, if you're watching from Sports Corner at 124, give us a shout-out. Tag us in a photo, and there's Reiner on another carry. And he's going to go down inside the 40 to about the 37, a gain of 3.
If Kelly Sears was here, I'm going to embody him for a moment. This is Illinois football. This is the embodiment of what Illinois football is. Lots of run game, great defense. Whoever gets the first down first is always tense and very close. This is what we like to see.
Jeff Watson is watching from Williamsville. Duncan's going to throw down to Drew Watson. There's a little hand in the back. That was uncatchable, and they didn't get the flag, and the Bombers won it. There was most definitely a hand in the back right there, guys, but It was also an uncatchable ball.
It almost seemed like number 2 grabbed his jersey a little bit, though, at the beginning of the route, but sometimes sometimes the calls just go some ways.
Langdon Allen to the far side. Drew Watson near side with Jaden Jones. Reiner the lone setback. Carter Hogue the tight end to the left side. Jones is going to go in motion, fakes the pitch, hand off to Reiner. Reiner to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down and 5 from the 35.
23rd carry already for Reiner in the first half.
Fritz Jackson had 42 in a win over St. Thomas out of Decatur back in 2011.
Reed Kelson might have been pretty right about the number of carries for Max tonight.
He very well could have been. Jason Nas, not Z, Nas. Okay, Jason, I will work on that. I apologize. Jason Nas with an S, not the Z. So it's spelled with an S and it sounds like an S, so I apologize. Over the middle, it goes to Langdon Allen. A Sports Corner first down. It breaks first. Touchdown. Touchdown. Langdon Allen and the Bombers. From the 35, Langdon Allen breaks another tackle. BT gets into the end zone again, and the Bombers are up 14-0 here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, just the cornerback just slipped there. There's not much you can do after that.
It was a great play after the catch by Reiner, planting the foot and able to spin free of that last tackler and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, we say going into this, Macomb isn't going to be afraid to throw the ball, and they showed right there that was like a 20-so-yard pass. They're not going to be scared.
14-0. Reiner with the handoff up the middle, and he's going to go in standing up for the 2-point conversion, and the Bombers lead 16-0.
This is the redemption tour, like you said earlier. This is Macomb's game to win.
Score coming at the 2:07 mark of the first half.
So the Bombers lead 16-0, and again the scoreboard updated, but now it's not working again. So we'll keep adjusting that, see if we can get it to work. Take a look at the drone footage as we've got some numbers on the screen that we didn't have yesterday, so I'm not real sure what the difference is. We'll take a look at that. Oh, I know what the deal is. We'll talk that. 16-0 Bombers.
Seems like Ian Case is going to go out to kick this one.
Ian Case going to try and kick this one out the back of the end zone,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yep, they're bringing back 2 returners now. They might try their little trick play here where they go and hand the ball off to the other one because they'll run together.
Ball blowing off the tee.
Yeah, I tried that. I put that P, that 3 button on the lower right, but it didn't change anything. You said the R3 button, right?
Now they're going to change it up. It looks like Langdon Allen's going to be the one to kick it for the Bombers.
Might have to have somebody come up and look at it. I pushed the R1, 2, and 3 button, and I can't get it to do anything. Just leave it alone. I had the wrong person turned down, didn't I? You should have turned.
That's what I was trying to do there.
I thought you could hear me over that, but I could hear me. I was trying to get the drone to work, folks. I apologize. After all that, Tegan knew what he was doing. There's Clemens on the kick return, and he just seems super hesitant, doesn't he?
Yeah, but to be fair, there's 3 defenders running at him, so there's not many lanes that you can run through. You can try sprinting outside, but it's not much you can do.
So the Red Devils will be set up 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
I'm used to being channel 1. You should have just slapped me.
Yeah, I mean, I was just more like, I don't want to mess with what you're doing. I was just like, maybe I'll just do it subtly and then turn his off.
That's why they have directors, and the guy running the computer normally isn't the one
talking.
Run
the option here.
Clemens goes outside, rounds the corner, and it's his best run, but it's only for a gain of about 3.
Macomb's defense has been doing a good job neutralizing the running game. It's just, I know that the offense is what the main point is on this team, but defense, like, for you to be able to do that, it's pretty insane.
Clemens just now with 7 carries, 2 yards of offense for the running back for the Red Devils. It's averaged 160 a game. That's going to be a handoff to number 3.
Trey Gillespie. He gets to the 40, so it's going to be a 3rd and 2. This is going to be a really tough call here. Might have to run up the middle. They haven't really done that much today, so.
Bishop on the stop for the Bombers.
Oh, they're herding to the line.
3 wides, actually a tight end and 2 wideouts near side, a single wideout far side. Clemens is going to get the handoff, inside handoff. He's going to go for his biggest gain of the game. He's going to have a 1st down, and he's dropped at the 48-yard line. And behind the play, Hogue and getting tangled up with number 75, Wyatt Evaldi. And it's 1st down for the Red Devils at the 49-yard line, just shy of the 50.
We're down under a minute and a half to play here in the first half.
And a timeout's going to be called by the Red Devils. We'll take one as well here on TSSR Game Time Live as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bomber Sports at 16-0. We'll work on the scoreboard. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Second down 3 after the play. As we come back here.
Got to assume at this point there's probably only under a minute.
16-0. Clemens again on the carry. Hogue comes to stop, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Red Devils at the 39-yard line of the Bombers. Bombers are leading 16-0.
They're taking another timeout here.
49 seconds now on the clock.
Timeout taken by the Red Devils, their second of the half.
So we'll keep it here, guys, and we'll take a look at what the cameras have to offer here as the drone is down at the moment, but Jason's waiting for something to happen as well down there. So, guys, you're down under a minute, so you maybe change your philosophy a little bit defensively, and you open up and maybe try to do a little prevent, and it's allowing the Red Devils to get a little momentum here.
Yeah, these have been their best 2 plays thus far.
1st and 10, Red Devils, 47 seconds remaining. Caldwell's going to take the snap. Handoff's going to reverse inside Gillespie. He's got running room around the right side. He's going to have another first down near the 25-yard line. That's Finke, excuse me, not Gillespie. Gillespie's number 3. Finke's number 11. It's a 1st and 10 Red Devils, and this would be huge because they get the ball first to open the second half. 1st and 10 at the 26. So we'll see what they do here. So he went out of bounds, so the clock stopped. So you wonder why they are taking more time here. Handoff's going to go to Clemens. He goes around the right side. He's going to go down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 6. Timeout. Actually, 2nd down and 4. It's the final timeout for Murphysboro.
Reiner on the stop for the Bombers.
Well, Murphysboro, if you're Murphysboro, you probably only have about 3-4 more plays to get towards the end zone here, so you got to come up with something good here on your last timeout.
This game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Here we go. Big series of downs here for the Bombers in the last 30 or 40 seconds of the half. Handoff, nope. Caldwell's going to roll right. He's got a receiver into flat. He overthrows him, incomplete. Clock will stop. Carter Hogue over there on the coverage. It was intended for Abernathy, and it's 3rd down.
Can't really run the ball right now because it's just going to take up more and more clock. By the time you get everything set, you probably only have time for one more play.
Right, and there with the Red Devils out of timeouts, with some timeouts, you might be able to throw the football a couple of times in this last couple of plays, but now with no timeouts.
It's got to be to the sideline or the end zone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Caldwell going to take the snap. Handoff's going to go to Clemens, and he's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. Clock will keep running. 4th down. They're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, try and get another play off here. 4th down and 4. Handoff's going to go to Clemens. He's going to have a first down, I think. He's going to be close anyway. We'll see if they stop. Bombers say they stopped him. I don't know. They gave him forward progress. Let's wait and see what they do here.
Nope, they're walking back.
They are. The Bombers hold them. And that's going to be the end of the half.
Total momentum shift.
I don't understand that play call, really, to be there. Chris, I can't.
No, I don't either.
My thought process through that is they thought that they could get a seam open and be able to get towards the sideline quick enough.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Hopefully Gracie Murphy is going to find her way up here. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential. with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. We're honored to have, I'm an old FFA guy from a long time ago. I'm actually older than your mom, actually. And happy to have on the Eastern Region Vice President for the National FFA organization, Gracie Murphy, a 2021 graduate of Macomb High School, right?
That's right.
So you're still new to this. It's brand new, less than or just about a week, right? So have you come off Cloud 9 yet?
No, sir. It's still taking a while to process, that's for sure.
So I think people don't understand necessarily, and I was one of those people when I got into FFA. My grandparents were farmers, and it was more farming than it is now, but there's so much more to FFA, and the things you learn in FFA are things that you can take with you forever.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Your mom's not a farmer. You're not a farmer. What was it about FFA that drew you to it initially, and then what made you just want to keep going?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, sir, when I was in 8th grade, my friends and I were picking classes, and all my friends at the time decided to take Intro to Ag because we heard that you could get out of school a lot with the trips, and so we initially did it just because we kind of heard it was fun, but what really kept me in the organization is it was the first time that I really felt like I had a place somewhere, and what I love about FFA is that no matter what your skill set is or what your future goals are, there is a place for you with anything. And like you mentioned before, there's so many opportunities within agriculture, but not just farming. And I think that's really cool and unique about the organization.
Well, I've done this writing and or talking, doing this broadcasting stuff for 25 years now. And I would never have done this if it wasn't for FFA. Learning to speak and learning to do speaking contests and learning interview skills and stuff like that is stuff that nobody thinks of when it comes. But that's one of the biggest things you learn in FFA is how to do all those kinds of things.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your year going to be like for you this year? You were a Southern Illinois student.
That's right.
I take it you can't be that now, or do you get you're going to have to step aside from that, I would imagine, right?
Yep, yes, sir. So I'll actually go back to school next week and kind of wrap up all my classes and things and be done with that by Thanksgiving, hopefully, crossing my fingers, and then I'll take the next year off of school to travel the nation, and we're actually going to South Africa for our first trip, so we're doing some international trips too in between, but yeah, I'll take a year off of school, so I'll return back as a second semester freshman in spring of 24.
So what was this whole process like, the interview process and all the stuff that came to becoming a national officer. You were a secretary for the state of Illinois.
That's right.
Correct. So what was this process like? When I was a section president, and so they had interviews to see who they were going to, what state officer was going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Was that how the process still starts?
Mm-hmm.
So you had to start there and then move on to everybody else, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. So actually, about April of my state officer year, we called it like a miniature national officer process, which is probably like it was before, but we had to go through a series of interviews to pick the candidate from the state. And then once I retired from state office in June, up until October, it was a lot of training and practicing and things like that. And then we actually went to convention the weekend before the convention started, and then we just did a series of interviews for that whole week up until that Thursday of the convention, and then that Saturday is when they ultimately picked who the 6 were.
So it came to 20, right? So
yes, sir.
Were you excited to get into 20? Would you? I mean, was that like, holy smokes, I made it that far? Would that have been enough?
Yeah.
Or how were you surprised when you were one of the 6?
Yeah. So we had interviews on like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday leading up to it. And to be honest with you, I didn't really feel too good about the interviews that I had. And I remember I called my advisor Monday morning because they were going to come down with my mom, and I said, don't even bother coming because I didn't think I was going to make it. So then when my team came and I opened that letter, it was a lot of shock, that's for sure, and a lot of excitement, but also just, holy crap, I couldn't even believe I made it to the top 20, and then getting top 6, it was just unbelievable.
So how does it work? I mean, how do you find out that you're going to be top 6? Is it on the stage?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, you have no idea until your name is. So it's just like, it's not like at state when you're voting and you kind of know, right? I mean, you have an idea of where you're at, and you have people kind of, where you're here, you're there, right? That's none of that's possible for the national officers, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what was that initial feeling? Was it disbelief? Was it excitement? What was it?
It was, everything. A lot of disbelief, and truthfully, I still have a lot of disbelief that it's actually happening. But when they called Illinois, I didn't even really hear my name. Everybody around me just started pushing me towards the aisle to run up to the stage, and I couldn't even believe I ran that fast. Looking back at the video, but it was just a lot of shock, a lot of excitement, and being the first one, I didn't know what my team would look like at that point. So I was excited for myself, but also I wanted to know who my team was going to be. So a lot of anxiety and a lot of anxiousness, but also a lot of excitement and exhilaration.
So you got to go to a meet and greet, I guess, for lack of a better term, last night, a celebration, right?
Mm-hmm.
How awesome was that to see people there and congratulating you? And probably, I'm sure there's people you didn't know and people you knew and people you were surprised to see.
Yeah, it was just incredible. I mean, seriously, just the amount of support and love and encouragement. And I was kind of expecting it from my chapter and my alumni, but even just community members and like other people's, other chapters' alumni and other people's members. I mean, it was just incredible to see that everybody was cheering me on, knowing that they're the ones that actually got me here.
I know that Section 11 is a close-knit section. I mean, there's kids like Braden DeCounters, the section president now, and he went to an officer meeting for Bushnell the other night.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you run against each other and you compete against each other, but at least when I was in school, I kind of see it as the same way. Once you get to the state level, Section 11 becomes a chapter of its own almost, right? So they're all excited for you, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
First officer from Macomb, too, right?
That's right.
And you weren't the first state officer, were you?
I was.
You were the first state officer, so you've set the bar super high then.
Well, I like to think that I just opened the door for a lot of other kids that'll come after me.
So when I was in school, Macomb didn't have a chapter. Sure, when I was a section president, they started going to Colchester. And Macomb now has a very strong chapter. Obviously, two great ag teachers here.
Yeah.
What can you say to kids, and there may be some listening right now or parents that are listening that can suggest ag. What would you say to the kid that's from inner city Macomb who doesn't think I do anything with agriculture? What would you say to those kids?
I would say for anybody that's thinking about FFA, just to have an open mind. And honestly, where I found most growth was in situations that I was the most uncomfortable. So, if you feel like you can't do something, do it anyways, because you never know when you're going to find your passion. And truthfully, you never know what opportunities await you unless you take that first step and you try something new.
Well, your mom told me when I messaged her and said, hey, is Gracie going to be around? Is there any chance we could get her on the halftime show? And I'll talk to her, and pretty soon she says, I kind of feel like a manager. So are you are you paying her? Did she get the leftover cake at least from last night or something like that?
I slipped her a couple cookies when I had the chance.
Okay. And you were good to see Wrigley. I saw your mom post that
yes.
you were happy to see the puppy dog, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I've known your mom since – I'm older than your mom, but I've known your mom since she was a little bitty kid. So, and your grandpa and grandma. So I greatly appreciate you coming up. Super proud of you. You're the first national officer I've interviewed. I've met several and known several, but you're the first one I interviewed. If that makes you feel special, it shouldn't probably, but
no,
at any rate,
feels like an honor.
We greatly appreciate it. If there's ever anything that you want broadcast to any, we do a lot of schools here in Section 11. Okay. So if there's ever anything, some PSAs or anything that you get your hands on that you'd want the kids around here to see, tell your mom to send them to me.
Okay. Will do. Thank you,
Well, I
sir.
appreciate it. Congratulations. I've never met you before now, but I'm super proud of you. It's awesome to have a national officer from McDonough County. And if people don't understand how special this is, there was, I don't know, 20-some thousand kids at National FFA Convention last week?
70,000.
70,000. See,
Yes.
that's how old I am. There wasn't that. They didn't bring that many kids when I was at Kansas City, and there was only 22,000 or something like that.
Wow.
So
yeah, it's grown a bit since then.
They Chicago High School of Agricultural Sciences was one of the only schools that was not from a rural community back then, so it's changed a lot, but 70,000 kids, and that's just a drop in the bucket to the number that are actually involved in FFA. So, and ag classes, and plus there's so much more science and stuff like that wasn't part of FFA back then too. So I've done a lot of talking. I haven't let you talk. What anything you'd like to say to the people that might be listening right now, to say a thank you or anything like that you want to say to anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you is not enough words to express my gratitude truly that I have for my community, my county, everybody that is just supporting me and following my journey. I really appreciate it, and I hope that people get to hear my story and it inspires them in some way, whether that's in the Blue Jacket or not, or in the ag industry or not. I'm really just here because I care about people, and there's, like you said before, so many opportunities within the FFA organization that I think can benefit members from all backgrounds and all of different goals and different skill sets. So don't ever feel like it's not for you, because there's always going to be something for you, whether that's in the Blue Jacket or even in the ag industry.
I will tell you that I don't know, you may not have thought your interview went good for national office, but I was talking to a woman that I went to school with. It was in my class in high school. It was also very big in FFA. She's an American FFA degree recipient, actually, and she told me that your retiring address in Springfield was one of the best things she's ever heard.
Aww.
And she wished she had a copy of it. So you're touching people that are way more than you know, and you're in a position that you can do that on the regular. So congratulations. Very proud of you, and keep up the good work, okay?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Gracie Murphy, the Eastern Region Vice President for the National FFA organization, here at halftime. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, if I can find the mouse, because it's just so bright up here. We'll be right back after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
I'm a pretty calm, cool, and collective guy, but... Sorry, what's your name? Yeah, Evan. Hi, Evan. Yeah, we have no internet. Nothing. I don't know. It just stopped working.
The internet is down.
I know, I'm on the phone with them. No, that was my wife.
I can't get online again.
Yeah, I'm talking to Evan. No, my daughter, my wife. Okay, can you guys not talk? Sorry. Yes, we have the white boxes. I see one. They got horns on them.
It's the one with the horns.
Yes, I see one. We have 11 of those.
I was on the phone and I got disconnected.
Okay, it's not about you. We switched our broadband service provider. Devin put in 11, Evan. How are we supposed to know which one's 7 and which one?
I thought it was Devin. Who's Devin? I got no service. Honey, you're blocking.
You can't stand there. You're blocking it. Don't block it. And the best part, I never have to speak to Evan or Devin ever again.
I think this one's 11.
11? We're not looking for 11. No, are we looking for 7, Evan, or 11? We have two next to each other. That's bad. Two white boxes. Evan? Evan?
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as we're just about ready to go. And, Chris, you got some stats for the halftime?
I do, as I shuffle my papers around.
And I got you just in time to turn it.
Murphysboro led by the 24 yards on 12 carries for Devin Clemens, coming in averaging about 160-plus a game. Ethan Fickey, 3 carries for 16. Drew Caldwell, 1 for 1. Anthony Carmelo Abernathy, 1 carry for 8. And Gillespie, 1 carry for 5 yards. Caldwell's 1 of 3 for 4 yards with an interception for the Bombers. 24 carries, 56 yards for Max Reiner and a touchdown. Jayton Jones, a couple of carries for 15. Duncan is 4 of 7 for 61 yards. Langdon Allen, 2 catches for 35, and JT Jeter, 1 for 10. The Bombers lead at 16-0 as we're just about set for the second half.
What were your thoughts on this first half so far?
For the Bombers, it's kind of what I expected with the conditions. We're going to see a heavy dose of Max Reiner. I'm going to be curious now that the wind still has not died down. I still think you're going to see that, and you may see a little bit of Cochran maybe kind of get a little 1-2 punch going here in the second half.
We'll see. I was around the same. I thought it was going to be around 12 to like 8 or something like that, but it seems that Macomb's been doing really good on the running game so far.
Yeah, the last series for the Red Devils, they had a little more success on the ground with Clemens. But like I said, a guy that's averaging 160 is setting with 24 yards on 12 carries here at the second half starts.
There's the squib kick, going to be picked up and brought across the 40 to the 41-yard line. As the official started at the 42 and kind of started wandering back towards the 41.
Did have one score update, 8-man. It's Amboy 30, Milford CP 28. That in the fourth quarter.
That would be the first upset of the year if that happens in the playoffs for the Illinois 8-man Football Association. 3 receivers, actually an offset eye to the far side. Nobody near side. Clemens in the Wildcat. He's going to round the corner, and he's going to be brought down out there. I believe it's Carter Hogue.
Gain of 1.
Carter Hogue out there, 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9 for the Red Devils. They give him 2. I guess they keep moving it forward a little bit, so it is 2nd and 8.
It seems like Macomb has just constantly had an answer for Clemens the entire game. No matter what, they've always looked at to take him out of the play.
And I was going to go to Clemens again, right up the middle. No hesitation that time. A nice gain, close to a first down. It's going to bring a 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at the Bombers' 49-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards. That's good for Murphysboro first down.
Bombers lead 16-0. Third quarter action.
Clemens
Nice
again.
Little gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Ladd on the stop for the Bombers.
Seems like they've changed up their scheme a little bit. It seems like they're just bunching everyone up at the line now instead of putting a wide receiver out. They're just
2 tight end set. You're absolutely right. 2 H-backs and 2 fullbacks, or 2 halfbacks, 1 to each side of Caldwell. Caldwell's going to hand off to Clemens. Clemens is going to try to bounce outside. He gets around one man, and that was Hogue, and he's going to go for close to a first down. They're going to give him a pretty good spot, and it's going to bring up 1st down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Bombers had the ball for 8 minutes and 4 seconds on their first drive to go up 8-0. The Red Devils, I don't think, have the luxury, guys, of doing that kind of a drive here, but they're eating a lot of time off the clock.
They have, and like I said, they found some things, I think, in the last couple plays there that first half. Is Clemens now has got carries of 9 and 7 here in this second half.
Yeah, he had success when he ran north and south. When he runs east and west, he has a little problem. Here's Clemens now as he bunches through the hole again, and he's going to go for another gain of 7, maybe 6. Gain of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Now, I'm just a little bit surprised. This is what they ran last year, but it seemed that for the first half they wanted to try something different.
6 on that gives Clemens 50 yards on 17 carries.
This offense right now is very similar to what Elmwood Brimfield runs too. So, and we noticed that in that game, that was the first one. Macomb had a little bit of struggle in the beginning.
Handoff's going to go to Clemens again. Meredith had hands on him, couldn't break the tackle. Nice stop back there. The ball comes out, and the Bombers have it, I think.
They're saying Macomb has it.
It's Drew Watson. Are they going to say he's down? Now they're going to say he's down. The ground caused it.
And it's enough for a first down.
Drew Watson came up with it. Clemens is going to get 4 yards on the carry, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. So a big break for the Red Devils as they have it 1st and 10 at the Bomber 29-yard line. Handoff on the second back through this time. Nothing doing that time as it's going to be Carter Hogue on the tackle. Finke on the carry, 1 yard. It's 2nd down and 9.
Well,
it's going to be, again, that full house line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Clemens again on the carry. Reiner's going to meet him at the 25-yard line. He'll gain 3. Now they're going to give him to the 24, and he'll gain 4, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5, or 3rd down and 5, excuse me.
See if the Bomber defense can step up like they did late on that last drive of the first half.
4 yards, 3rd down and 5.
I think their interior line is starting to chop at James Meredith now. Yeah.
And it's going to be Clemens. He's going to have a touchdown. He rounds the corner. Oh, coming down is Langdon Allen. Did he get there? I can't see the corner.
He did.
He did.
It's going to be a touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown run by Clemens, and the Red Devils are on the scoreboard.
Good.
It's a touchdown. The Red Devils have cut the lead to 16-6.
7:39 on that score.
It was a good game plan by coach of coach of Murphysboro. Just a little bit surprised that they didn't start doing this earlier.
It's going to be Clemens in the Wildcat. He rolls right, and he's going to get in. The 2-point conversion is good. Clemens gets the 2-point conversion run, and it is 8-16. Bombers with an 8-point lead over the Red Devils. The Red Devils did exactly what they needed to do, guys. They drove it down the field and made something happen.
Yep. In that offense that they run, they only have 2 options, and you have to either guess which one's going to get the ball or just try to find a way to plug up both holes. And when you have the offensive lineman chopping, it opens up a hole, and it's impossible for the defensive lineman to really do anything. It is. You got to find a way to scheme around it. Thankfully, the Macomb Bombers defensive coordinator, Dave Wilson, is great as coming up with new things. So we're going to see how he schemes to beat this offense. But Elmwood Brimfield might They might actually try a short little squib kick here.
See Langdon Allen back at about his own 5.
Could be a long, deep kick. Allen's going to get it at the 5, and he knelt down, and oh, my goodness.
Knee touchdown at the 5.
Or maybe the 6, and he just hangs his head. That's the reason why that rule is so ridiculous to me.
Right. So they're going to be set up at the 6, it looks like.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 6 for the Bombers. They lead 16-8 here in the third quarter. From Macomb High School, IHSA Class 4A playoff action. And that's going to go to Reiner. He's going to try to bounce outside. Now cuts up inside. He's going to go across the 5. He got hit in the backfield again. And the Red Devils want a holding penalty. They're not going to get it.
Gain of a couple.
See where they mark it. It's either 1 or 2. Gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bombers Sports here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Duncan.
Illegal shift, possibly? I thought he was set. Or they might get Lindsey May for being in the huddle.
Yep. Illegal substitution.
Yep.
So that'll put them back half the distance.
From the 8 to the 4.
Third penalty on the Bombers for 14 yards. No penalties on Murphysboro thus far.
Murphysboro's had a 15-yarder.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yes.
It's been a relatively clean game, though.
Yes, it has.
This is a huge series for the Red Devils if they can keep the Bombers pinned back, punting into the end zone, or punting from their own end zone. But Reiner's got some running room. He's out across the 10 near the 14-yard line. He gets all the penalty yards back and more. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Bombers, but a short, manageable one of 3rd and a long 2, short 3.
I don't know what happened on that. Did you see Jayton Jones? He stopped.
I think a whistle was blown.
That's what I thought. I heard something.
What?
3rd down and 2. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's hitting the backfield. He's going to keep his feet moving, but he's going to lose a little bit. The down marker already moving. It's going to be 4th down. The Bombers are going to have to kick into the wind from their own end zone. 4th and 4 from about the 13-yard line.
Bunch of miscommunication. It's what got the Bombers on their first drive, and it's what's getting them here.
So here comes Duncan to punt.
What?
High, and it's blown backwards, and it's going to go not to the 30. Sprinkle coming down there to get it. It's at the 26-yard line as it got up in the wind and blew back. It was out across the 30, I think, guys, and it blew back to the 26 where Sprinkle downed it.
Momentum shift for the Red Devils here, and a big opportunity for the Bomber defense to get a stop and get things, the momentum on the Bomber side.
Yeah, you got to get something. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a bad situation against these guys.
The Red Devils split out again. Clemens in the inside handoff. Finke. He's across the 20 to the 19 or 18 to the 18. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. Braden Holdhouse on the stop. 111 tackling the other. 2nd down and 2.
Coach Ladd talking to his defensive lineman right now. He's probably going to tell James to either stay in his lane or start cutting soon.
Handoff's going to go to Clemens around right side. Gets hit down to the 15-yard line. Stopped there by Max Reiner. It's going to be a 1st down at the 15-yard line for the Red Devils. They trail by 8, 16-8. It was all Macomb in the first half. It's been all Red Devils here in the third quarter as they've scored once and they're knocking on the door again as they enter the red zone.
Got to find a way to stop their rushing attack. You did it in the first half. Just they made some adjustments. You got to adjust back.
Abernathy in motion. Handoff inside to Clemens. He's going to be going for a short gain, maybe 3 or 4. Bunch of Bombers in there on the stop.
It's like a final Knoxville winning over Bismarck. That's an upset of 7-2, 48-29 in Class 2A.
Reiner on the stop there. 2nd and 7 for the Red Devils. As they're going to go split out to the right now. Handoff's going to go inside on the second handoff again. It was the double handoff. Finke again, this time nothing doing. A gain of maybe 1 more, and it's 3rd down and 6. Lindsey May on the stop for the Bombers. Big pair of downs here if you're the Bombers.
They're huge.
And equally as big for the Red Devils, as now they're going to spread out the Bomber defense a little bit. 2 slot receivers. In motion comes Abernathy. Handoff's going to go to Clemens underneath, and the Bombers are there again.
Yep. Not much. I'm not
Down
even sure
to
if
the
he got
10.
a yard. Maybe 1.
Oh,
and
he's
Clemens
hurt.
is down.
That's a. Hopefully, it's just a cramp.
Tough break for Clemens as he hops up now, and he's going to get off under his own power. Looks like probably an ankle, maybe. Maybe it's a cramp. But it's 4th down and 5 after the gain of 1. Now you can't take time off here, and just because Clemens isn't in, you can't let your guard down.
Right. Right now, you should think that first down marker is the end zone, because that's what it's looking towards right now.
4th and 5. 2 wide receivers near side, a tight end and a fullback to the left in motion. Handoff, nope, fake, going to roll right. Rolling. Caldwell's got a receiver. It's intercepted. Langdon Allen on the interception, and the Bombers hold the Red Devils out, and Langdon Allen will beat. He's got him a touchdown, and he's got him an interception. And the Bombers have it 1st and 10 at about their own 13-yard line.
That's correcting your mistakes right there. Got Langdon Allen on the kickoff. Unfortunately, just got his knee down on the kickoff, but he redeemed himself there by giving them the interception and putting the Macomb Bombers in a much better position.
Now the key 365 Roofing has joined us. Kevin Johnson is watching. We've had a bunch of Scott Lawson. Thanks for joining us. Kapow Comics. I want to thank everybody for watching. Max Reiner on the carry.
Not much there of any gain. Maybe a yard. Clock under 2:40 to play, 3rd quarter.
They're going to move it to – now, you remember Coach Krebs said in the game and field position like this, they actually took a timeout to make their opponent kick from into the wind. The Bombers going to want to run this clock out. Even if you don't get a first down here, you want to take as much time off and try to get to the end of the quarter if you can.
Yeah.
2 setbacks beside Duncan. Handoff, nope, fake. It's going to go to a slant to Langdon Allen. A Sports Corner first down, the first one of the second half. And the Bombers are going to survive to the end of the 3rd quarter. And even if they have to punt at this point, they're probably going to get the punt from the other direction. Yep. It's 1st and 10 after the Sports Corner first down at the 27-yard line of the Bombers. And Langdon Allen on the completion.
And that first down was huge, like you said, for the Bombers. If they'll hand off Max Reiner.
Reiner on the carry, out near the 30 to about the 29-yard line, it looks like.
But yeah.
See where they mark it.
And off to Max Reiner. Tackle Lane Mills.
Gain of a short 2, 2nd and 8.
73 yards on 28 carries for Reiner.
Oh, now they're going to move it out to the 39-yard line, so it will be a gain of solid 2. I'm sorry, Chris, what was that?
73 carries on 28 yards. 20 carries, 73 yards to Reiner.
And the inside pitch on the shuffle pass to Jaden Jones. Going to go for about a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Clock down to just about 40 seconds.
So this is the same position they were talking about. If the Bombers don't get it here, the Red Devils could force them to punt from the opposite end of the field. Duncan now is going to roll right, going to throw to the flat. It's short and incomplete, and the clock's going to stop, and the Bombers are going to have to throw or punt from this end of the field. Unless they go for it, which I don't think they'll do that.
And you can tell Duncan really wanted that one. He had the right read. He had the right option. It's just wind kind of hurt him there. Made the ball, like you said, made it go under a little bit earlier. So just
Bombers getting ready to punt again. Well, maybe they're not. They're going to go for it here, I think. Or at least they're going to act like they're going to go for it.
Well, I might try to draw him off sides first.
Duncan.
Delay game.
And a delay of game penalty. Took a little time to get decided what they're going to do. You know, there's something to be said here, guys. It'll be 4th and 12, but they only gained about 10 yards on the punt last time.
Right.
So, you know, punting into this wind is not very beneficial, and you have no chance of getting a first down at that point, right?
Right.
So if you want to take that opportunity, I mean, you can take the shot and see what you can make happen here. Bombers look like they're going to try for it here. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be in pressure. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be intercepted at about the 41-yard line, 42. And it's going to be intercepted by number 22, Grayson Guthman.
Oh,
but, you know, I mean, if that's essentially a 15-yard punt.
Which is about what they did on the punt the last time, kicking it into the wind.
Yeah, so, I mean, he got a chance up. It's 1st and 10 Murphysboro at the 40. And this ball, since the initial kickoff and the Red Devils got it into Bomber territory, this ball has been in Bomber territory the entire third quarter.
That interception might be one of the reasons why Murphysboro might not get in there, because I know that they have a kicker, so they could possibly attempt a field goal.
Caldwell's going to roll left with the wind. He's going to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 40. You know, that's one of those deals where I think the coaches get into the deal where, you know, we're losing the wind. We got to take a shot while we can here, and they drop back to pass, and then there's nothing there.
Looks like about 15 seconds on the clock.
No, just
time for maybe 1 or 2 plays for the Red Devils before the quarter change.
Clemens is back in the ball game. He's set back to the right of Caldwell. He's going to take the handoff. He's got some running room. He's got a bunch of it. He's going to be down a gain of 9. Langdon Allen on the stop, make it a gain of 8. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 at the 32 of the Bombers. And if they can't hurry up, that'll be the last play of the quarter.
24 carries now for Clemens and 98 yards as we head to quarter number 4.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. It's getting ready to start the 4th quarter of play here from Macomb, and it's 16-8. Bombers with the lead, but the Red Devils have it 3rd and 2 at the Bombers' 32-yard line.
Now the wind's in Macomb's favor, so. Oops.
It is 3rd down and 2 from the Bombers' 32.
It's 3rd and 2. Inside handoff to Finke. He's going to have the first down. Cross the 30 to about the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Red Devils on the first play of the 4th quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the Bomber 30 or 27-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah.
And it is hard to see with that sun blaring in our eyes.
I'm
not going to complain about being hot, though, because you know everybody outside is not saying the same thing. Handoff's going to go to Finke around left side. He's got some running room. His best run of the day, I think, and he's down inside the 20, close to a first down for the Red Devils.
He has 8.
Going to give him a gain of 8. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
39 now for Finke on 8 carries.
That offensive line's still cutting. Got to try something to make sure those holes are filled.
Finke's going to go around right side. He's going to jump a player inside the 10, inside the 5, and out of bounds. There's
a flag, I believe, on the play. Holding on the Red Devils.
See where they mark it from.
It's 1st and goal. Red Devils on the Macomb 3. There is a flag on the play.
Trying to find where the flag is.
Looks like they're going to mark it from the 12 or 13.
So
he's going to go from the 20
out to 23 on the mark off.
Yeah.
So he had a gain of 7. Gain of 7 for Finke. A loss of 3, or a loss of 10. It's going to bring up 2nd down. I guess he didn't get that much.
Yeah.
He only got about 5. It's 2nd and 7, or 2nd and 6. Handoff's going to go up to Caldwell.
Now they got Gillespie, yeah. Number 3.
That's going to be close.
Yeah.
It's going to be
very close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Not as close as I thought. Only a gain of about 3, so 3rd and 2.
No, they moved it down inside the 20. It's a gain of 4, 3rd and 2. The officials was 2 or 3 yards farther down the field when he had the ball in his hand there.
Yeah. Crucial 3rd down.
Hand off to Clements.
Nope.
He's hit.
Ladd.
Ethan Ladd, a big stop. See if they give him the first down or not. 4th down, a gain of 1. It's 4th and 1 for the Red Devils.
Got to squeeze everyone in. They're going to try that QB sneak right here.
Nope. I think we're going to see the direct snap as Caldwell lines out to the wide receiver spot.
Yep. Clemens, the Wildcat, he'll have the first down. Well, he's going to get it, though. Who was that came up and made the hit, though? Ladd again, I think.
Hit him low.
Yep.
And Ian Case, but it's going to be a first down on a gain of 2.
That's going to put Clemens over 100 yards, 101 on 26 carries.
You got to think, if they score a touchdown here, the more time they waste, the better off they're going to be. You don't want to give this Macomb offense as much time as they have.
Think he breaks a tackle or 2, and he's around the right side.
Down about the 10.
Inside the 10, I think. We'll see where they actually mark it at. Right at the 10. You nailed it.
Gain of 6.
2nd and 4 for the Red Devils at the 10. Watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presentation of Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Caldwell is going to take the snap. Hand off to Clemens. More running room.
Down to about the 5.
He's going to be close to a first down. He'll have a first down. It's going to be first and goal at the 5 for the Red Devils. It's been all Red Devils here in the second half.
It has.
Yep, it has.
The tail of the house is all Bombers in the first half.
Bombers have not been able to flip the field at all. They almost did it there on the last drive on a completion to Langdon Allen, but then stalled again. They have been in their end of the field way too much. Handoff to Finke. He's going to be hitting the backfield, break a couple tackles. He's going to go inside the 5 and be driven back and finally brought down. I don't know why they never blew a whistle there.
I think it's going to be down close to about the 3.
I think you have to take it back to the 4.
Yep, they did.
Gain of 1, second down and goal from the 4.
If you're Macomb, you got to do that 3 more times.
Clock running here in the fourth quarter.
.720 on the
Wildcat
clock.
Formation. Clemens around left side. He's going to get to the outside. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to be close to the end zone. He's in. A touchdown for the Red Devils, and they are down by 2 here at Macomb High School. And round number 2 of the IHSA Class 4A playoffs. The Red Devils have dominated the second half. And the Bombers have had no answer either offensively or defensively. They did have an interception from Langdon Allen, or this could have been worse at this point.
Score coming at 7:09 to play.
7:09 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Finke is not going to get in, and that's huge. Maybe a second effort did get him in.
No,
he did not. That is a huge, huge stop for the Bombers.
That was their last saving grace. If they let them in, that might have gone south. Now you got to do what you did on your second drive. You got to drive the ball downfield as slow and as methodically as possible.
The Bombers lead by 2, 16-14. Here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
We didn't expect this to be the highest scoring game, but to only have 4 touchdowns so far, it's something kind of new to us, I'd say.
Yeah, it's going to be good down the stretch. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And now the Bombers, if they can get in the end zone, the 2-point conversion becomes huge as we move forward here. This game being brought to you by Billy's Furniture. Billy's Furniture offers Beauty Rest mattresses, Visco memory foam beds, Aspen, Brown, Lakewood, and Hardy dining furniture, and Catnapper recliners. Financing and delivery are available. Stop and see them at 1401 East Jackson Street or call them at 309-421-0776. And Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. Squib kick is going to be picked up at the 48-yard line.
Fell on that number 2 for the Bombers.
No, Kendrick.
Oh. I was going to say, I knew
Hunter
that
Kendrick makes the recovery, and that is, man, I'll tell you what, guys. I know that you're kicking into the wind, but giving the Bombers first and 10 at their own 48 is a big deal.
Yeah.
I'll explain that. In their head, they're thinking, if we can stop them here because we think our defense is better than them, and if they do end up going down the field, it's lesser room that they have to waste time.
Reiner on the carry. He's going to be met in the backfield, and he's going to fall forward for a yard. It's going to bring up second down and 9. The adjustments at the half have been favor of the Red Devils because it's things don't look much different, but the positioning of the players and the tackling and having people there has been more efficient for the Red Devils in the backfield against Reiner.
Yeah, I've noticed they haven't really gone for the ball a lot more, instead wrapping low and taking them to the ground.
Reiner again on the carry. He's going to go around to 50, down to the 45. He keeps rumbling and bumbling and stumbling, reaches forward. They're not going to give him the reach, but he's going to be short by a yard, a gain of 8, third down and 1.
Probably do the signature Jack Duncan QB sneak right here.
Final in 8-man, Amboy 30, Milford CP 28.
Ooh, a good game over there. Kenny Suter was overdoing that game for us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Duncan's going to give it to Lindsay May. And Lindsay May is going to go for a gain of 6 and a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers.
Just a second first down for the Bombers here in the second half.
Yep.
And they're doing exactly what Tegan said, hand the ball off and eat the clock up.
Yeah. That's why they didn't kick it all the way down there, because if they just keep on doing that, by the time Macomb scores or they get a stop, it's going to be 1 minute left.
Reiner again, he's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for a 1-yard loss. First play, Ivaldi in the backfield first, helping to finish him off, number 32, Sam Herring. And it's a loss of 1, second down and 11 for the Bombers. Jeter has not been playing much here in the second half, if at all.
Oh, I haven't seen anything at all. Ooh. Seems like they almost jumped off there.
Duncan takes a snap, hand off to Reiner again. He's got running room this time around the left side. He's going to have a Sports Corner first down and more. He's down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Bombers, Sports Corner first down at the, they may make it back to the 16. Nope, it's at the 15. First and 10, Bombers at the Red Devils' 15-yard line.
Yep. 23 yards on the carry for Reiner. That's going to put him over 100 on the night or afternoon. 32 carries now, 104 yards for Max.
Hey, Chris, can you check out how much time's left?
I will see what I can do.
4:43, we're being told how much time is left.
That's
Duncan. May to his right. High snap, picked up by Duncan. He's going to fall down at the 19-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and 14 from the 19. On a high snap to Duncan.
I think that snap was wind assisted.
The Red Devils and the Bombers in a close one here. Fourth quarter, 4.5 minutes or so left. It's 16-14. Bombers with a 2-point lead. They are driving in the Red Devils' red zone to second down and 14 from the 19. After the high snap and tackle by Duncan, handoff's going to go to Reiner. Reiner is going to be bottled up, and he might go for a gain of yard, but that's about it. And it'll bring up third and long for the Bombers.
One final from 2A, or from 1A. Camp Point Central over Sister Valley, 24-0.
I think that's a Murphysboro timeout there.
And Murphysboro is going to take a timeout here. 16-14 is the score. We'll keep it here and tell you this game on the Base Camp timeout. Brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there is limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. And Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice to your event. Call Blaine Ranch at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. Third down and 13 for the Bombers.
I don't think they run here.
Duncan is going to roll right, throws into the flat, overthrow. Oh, he's into the hands and out of the hands of Langdon Allen at the 10-yard line. It still would have been short, but it would have been a much more manageable fourth down for the Bombers. It's going to bring up fourth down and 13 from the 18-yard line.
That was a risky call there. And it seems like the risk did not pay off, because if he catches it, more clock drains off and they're able to get it more manageable, or they take a timeout. However, now Murphysboro's got 2 timeouts, and if they don't get it here, it's going to be.
So Duncan's going to take the snap. A wheel route. Nope, the crossing pattern's deep and overthrown to Langdon Allen. He was open in the fly pattern there. And the pass is incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Red Devils at the 18-yard line. Big defensive stop for the Bombers now coming, or big defensive possession for the Bombers.
This is each other's season. This drive will make or break both teams' playoff runs right here.
Got 3 wide receivers. Clemens on the carry. Breaks it off right side. He's going to get about to the 20. Gain of 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Red Devils. And Clemens again getting up slow. Banged up on that right leg somewhere.
If you're the Red Devils, you have to have a little bit of a sense of urgency here.
Still 2 timeouts for the Red Devils.
Caldwell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left. Ladd in it, and it's going to be incomplete. Are you going to call that?
Yep.
They're going to call a hold on Carter Hogue. That ball was nowhere near catchable.
They're calling pass interference on him.
That ball was nowhere near catchable.
Well, I'm going to be curious to see is it going to be hold or pass interference, because I
pass
thought
interference.
It is pass interference.
That is, I mean.
That's unfortunately just the way it's called. 15-yard penalty. That'll probably put them at the 43 right now. Or, no, 38. Just
35.
1st and 10 on the penalty for the Red Devils at their own 35.
So, Clemens is noticeably limping in the backfield and still gaining yards. Is he going to get the ball's going to be pitched to Gillespie from Clemens, and Ethan Ladd, Ian Case, and others are there, and it's no gain. It's 2nd down and 10 as he didn't get a whole yard.
Under 2:45 to play.
Yep, they're running hurry up. You got to bring out your passing attack here.
Clemens on the carry this time. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be close to a 1st down out near the 45. They're going to stop the clock, and they'll give him a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at their own 45-yard line.
Jaden Jones tripping him up on the play number 3.
They had him in the backfield, but even hobbled a little bit, guys. He's able to break a tackle and get a 1st down, and it's approaching the 2-minute mark now.
31 carries, 121 yards for Clemens.
Dude's just a pure athlete.
Caldwell's going to roll left, throws downfield. He's got Abernathy open. It's knocked away by Drew Watson.
Wow.
Drew Watson coming back. He got burnt, but he came back on the play and knocks it down. Meredith trying to stretch out a cramp, it appears.
Abernathy, the intended receiver for the Red Devils.
And he had him beat,
Yes,
but the
he
ball
did.
hung up, and Drew Watson closed. The freshman recovered well to knock the ball away, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 45 for the Red Devils.
And if that one isn't there, that ball's caught.
You're very possibly right. There's no doubt about that.
Right throw, just bad conditions.
Noise being made here as Caldwell's going to roll left again. He's going to hand off on almost like a Statue of Liberty play, and Clemens is going to outrun Jaden Jones. He's going to get there, a touchdown for the Red Devils on the
54.
old Statue of Liberty play. A 55-yard touchdown run for Clemens, and the Red Devils have the lead 20-16.
Sideline on the Red Devils is very much active. This is the first time they've led all game.
3rd touchdown in a row for the Red Devils and Clemens.
A big 2-point conversion here, though, because if the Bombers can keep them out, they're only down by 4, and a touchdown wins it.
Yep.
1:48 to play.
1:48 remaining, and the Bombers are going with the wind to their back, so this is not over here, folks. The Bombers can throw the ball a little bit. They've kind of fell into the running game, and they didn't throw it at all in the last series until the end. I wonder if they wish they had thrown it just a smidge more. As now Caldwell's going to roll right, throws it. It's incomplete. No good, and it's 20-16. The Red Devils lead for the first time We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a few seconds.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back. Bombers trail 20-16 in the fourth quarter. As we're ready to go here, and the kickoff coming for the Red Devils. Will they squib it or will they kick it? They're going to try to kick it. It's a high arcing kick. The Bombers going to take a fair catch at their own 29-yard line.
At Jones.
Yep. Well, now it's time. You got to run your offense.
It's going to be the biggest series of the year for the Bombers.
You need some of those deep shots right now.
All 3 timeouts and 71 yards to go for Macomb High.
Duncan drops back. He's under pressure. Evades one rusher, throws it downfield. It's going to be overthrown, but Langdon Allen is there. 1st and 10, a Bombers Sports Corner first down at the 45-yard line of it was Watson who jumped up. It went off of his hands and into Langdon Allen's hands, and it's a Bomber first down.
Great tip drill right there.
How many yards are we going to give him on that?
He was from the 29, so 26 yards. Throw short. Langdon Allen touches his chest and says, "That was on me." As he cut right, Duncan cut through left, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 45 for the Bombers. 20-16 to score. Murphysboro with the lead over Macomb. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
You can try to start a little bit of your run game here, but that might be a bit of a risk.
Duncan's going to tuck it. He's going to run. He's going to be hit. A short gain of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. And the Bombers are going to take a timeout.
I believe that is their first.
The good news is, no matter what, this third down is just trying to get closer to the 4th down.
1:22 on the clock.
This game being brought to you today here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH by King Family Chiropractic. King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, support Bushnell-Prairie City Athletics, Macomb Athletics, West Prairie Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals for just $85. 3rd and 7 for the Bombers. Quite obviously 4-down territory. How much time's left, Chris?
1:22.
1:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Red Devils with a little bit of a sneak play. And Reiner's going to get the handoff. He's going to go short of a first down. He's going to be down close, though. He's going to go for a gain of 5 or 6.
That's not close enough for the sneak.
It's a gain of 5, 4th and 2. That's a long 1 or a short 2. Duncan's going to take it, look back to pass. He's going to roll left. He's going to try to throw. Now he's going to roll back to the right. Last play. This is it. It's going to be completed. Sports Corner first down. Jaden Jones is down to the 25-yard line. Sports Corner first down for the Bombers as Duncan made something happen. We got a flag on the play, and we'll see what it is.
On the Bombers.
Illegal hands. And that's a huge, huge penalty. And a first down is negated. Illegal hands, use of the hands. Replay 4th down. See where they mark it down to or back to. They taken it from the 41-yard line.
Oh.
It was from the 20, so it's a 10 yards plus 4, a 14-yard penalty for the Bombers, and it's going to be 4th down and a lot, 15 or 16 for the Bombers.
Timeout, Macomb.
This is the season right here, folks.
Yep.
The play that's going to, unfortunately, the officials never want to be part of the play, and that's too bad that they have to make that call right there. But I didn't see it behind the play, but
I was looking at the offensive line the entire time. The only thing I could maybe think of that flag would have been was maybe there was an illegal man downfield.
It was illegal use of the hands.
But I didn't see them touch their face mask. I didn't see them push in the back. I didn't see them grab anything. I don't know. This is it. This is just it.
So the Bombers facing a 4th and 16 from their own 49-yard line with about a minute to play here, and this is the ball game. They only have one timeout left. They can't stop the clock enough to get it back. Duncan's going to drop back again. He's going to be pressured. He's going to roll right. He's going to heave it downfield. It's going to be Langdon Allen. It's knocked away, incomplete, and Murphysboro is going to get the win. And the Bombers want an interference call, but it was not interference. And the Bombers are going to turn it over on downs.
Oh, no, there's a flag.
Jack Duncan comes and says something to the official.
Great.
He's been thrown out.
He said something to the official on the illegal use of the hands penalty. The problem with that is Jack Duncan's a big player on the basketball team. He's not going to be able to play the first basketball game or so either, as Coach Horrell is going to walk over towards Duncan, not say anything to him, and that's going to be the ball game, though, folks. And the Bombers can't stop the clock enough. Now Coach Horrell's going to yell at the official as well, and Coach Horrell's going to get a penalty. And Horrell's going to get and Steve Horrell comes over and says something as well, as gets Tanner off the field. And the Bombers are and I'll tell you what, Tanner Horrell and Jack Duncan are two of the easiest going guys you'll ever meet. And Tanner Horrell is right back in the official's face again, as he is still not happy with the way the officiating is. And I'll tell you what, I want to go back and look at the play for the illegal use of the hands because I did not see anything.
I didn't either.
And Duncan was talking to the official then, saying he didn't see anything. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter at this point, folks. It's all over. The Bombers are going to go down to defeat here 20-16, and I don't think that Murphysboro is going to try to run any time off the clock. They're
got
do
Clemens
anything.
way back.
They're just going to kneel down, and the Bombers aren't going to take their final timeout, I don't think. And Murphysboro dominates the second half, and they are going to get the win here at Macomb High School.
And they'll get either Waterloo or Sacred Heart Griffin next week.
And they need to snap the ball one more time, I do believe, and it'll be a win for Murphysboro. The 2016 final, the Bombers fall to Murphysboro in a game that was all halves here. Is pulling it up on the replay, as going to look at it here as we wait for the second half. The two teams lining up to shake hands. And still, boy, I don't know where an illegal use of the hands was.
I'm not sure either.
Holy smokes, that's a huge call to make. And the Bombers and Murphysboro lining up, shaking hands at the 50-yard line. And
I think I know what happens. On that play, one of the linemen kind of get him on a bad block. It might have been the wrong call, but it's still a legal block regardless. There was no hands put anywhere near the face, anywhere where it would cause the defensive lineman to...
Clemens is noticeably limping, and he scored that last touchdown with a huge limp, and he is going to be sore tomorrow. The Bombers beat him up in the first half, and he beat the Bombers up in the second half, and it's 20-16 the final here as Murphysboro gets the win over MHS. The dream season for the Bombers comes to a conclusion at 10-1 as they lose here in the second round of the IHSA Class 4A playoffs to Murphysboro. And what's cool here, guys, is the two teams are shaking hands, and afterwards they're still shaking hands. Yep. The anger that the Bombers felt had nothing towards the Murphysboro Red Devils at all. These two teams very cordial, shaking hands, congratulating each other, hugging each other. The anger that came from the Bombers was strictly pointed at the officiating crew. There's no doubt about that at all as they take a knee, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back. Bombers season comes to an end, 20-16. Red Devils with the win in round number 2 of the IHSA playoffs. We'll be right back.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. The Bombers getting cheered for going 10-1 on the season, but it has come to an end. The crowd came in late, guys. It was not as early as it was against Quincy Notre Dame with the weather as it is, but they came in late and they filled the stands. Unfortunately, they could not will the Bombers to a win, and the Bombers had some opportunities. I mean, we could look at those couple penalties down the stretch, but Chris, you and I have been doing this long enough to know that one or two plays might seem like it causes you the game, but it's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, and you look back, a couple of just misconnections down here in the passing game, had playing it out open again and just overshot him in the end zone here in the second half. We connect on one. There was another one in the first half, I think. You connect on one of those. This is a Bomber victory today.
Yeah, not to mention, too, they let up 2 scores in the third quarter. As much as those calls were questionable, the third quarter, you let up 2 scores. You let them come back in the game. There was no adjustments.
There was a domination unlike anything we've seen of really any. I mean, the Bombers hadn't faced that all year, but they held the Red Devils for the most part outside of the last winning touchdown. The Red Devils had to work and work and work to matriculate the ball down the field. But the Bombers, whereas all year long they've been able to get that play or two to make the stop today against Murphysboro, they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they just, like I said, a couple of missed plays here and there. And it's been unusual to see that for Macomb because they've been able to kind of dominate them, on both sides of the ball, control the tempo. But it was You know, taken said, Murphysboro made some adjustments at halftime, and we said earlier it was all Bombers in the first half and all Murphysboro here in the second.
Well, you saw some adjustments made towards the end of the first half on the drive that they got down and it ended up stalling out towards the end of the first half, but they brought that into the second half, added to it a little bit more, and they were able to move the ball. Except for the touchdown run, it wasn't huge gash plays. It was just 5 or 6 yards at a time. And if you're giving up 5 or 6 yards at a time, guys, it's really hard to stop a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And they had, how many penalties they have? 1 or 2 penalties the whole game?
Murphysboro, 3.
3 penalties. So, but nothing very big. As Meredith and Sprinkle hugging in the middle of the field there as those guys have their careers come to a close, and the seniors going to hang out on the field, get some hugs from friends and family, and it's a tough way for a career to end. There's no doubt about it. But that's the thing about, you're so excited to make the playoffs, right, guys? But then it hurts
when it's done,
because basketball's the same way. Everybody except for 2 teams in their seasons in each class with a loss.
Yeah.
And, you're so excited to get here, but then it almost maybe hurts a little more.
Yeah.
It does. Going into last year, going up against Murphysboro, it was the first time we made back to the playoffs. We were excited about that, but we thought we were going to be able to make a legitimate run. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, and it hurts a lot when you give your all and you try your best no matter what, but at the end it doesn't work. I feel so bad for these guys. They'll have plenty of good lives after this, but it sucks.
Coach Horrell's going to come down here and talk to us on the post-game show. Get him his own headset here. Trying to get it untangled for you there, Coach. Well, Coach, these are the ones that you never want to have to talk about, but you got a loss today, but, man, this team was so tough and so resilient here down the stretch.
Yeah. You can go a whole coaching career and not get a group like those guys out there. They left it all out there. We lost key guys. I mean, we knew going in we didn't have JT. We lose Connor. And that changed our defense. I mean, we're moving pieces around, and they battled right till the very end.
We talked about it. Obviously, you're not happy with officiating, and we weren't happy with it. But you're a coach. You've been around football a long time. Some plays, a bad call will make it seem like that's what it was at the end of the game. But if you make a few plays at different points in the game, then that bad call isn't as important.
Yeah, I mean, that call didn't cost us the game.
Doesn't make it any easier, but
no,
it doesn't cost you a game.
No,
and you know that as a football coach, right? And I'm sure you were telling the kids that, and as you look to move forward, right?
Yeah, I mean that call didn't cost us the game. They executed and made more plays than us. I didn't call a great game. We'll watch the film at some point. Won't be here for a little bit, and we'll see what went wrong. I got a good idea, but
obviously not having Jeter hurt a bunch, and he went out and tried to game up a little bit in the first half, and then Watson still played well for you. He broke up that one long pass that they ended up scoring and getting a lead, but that was a huge play at that moment. I mean, that kid had stepped up, and that's somebody you've got to look forward to in the next few years.
Yeah, we got some great guys coming back. He stepped up huge for us. I mean, we weren't obviously losing JT is huge. He's the best player on the field every Friday or Saturday. But we're confident in the other guys to step up and make plays, and Drew's done that time and time again.
Well, you looked like you came in with the plan to lean on Reiner a lot. You did, I think, 11 carries or something like that before you scored the touchdown in the first series. I mean, he was your workhorse today, and it was successful early. What was different in the second half what did they do that prevented you guys from getting him going in the second half?
They got off blocks. Maybe going against the wind wasn't the best call in that third quarter because they pinned us back, and then we just kind of struggled. I mean, they did a good job playing off blocks, and they were able to stack the box against us when we were going into the wind, and I mean that third quarter changed the momentum of the football game.
And And it's not really easy when you have to defend against cuts, because throughout the game it seems like they just cut almost every single play. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But that's football. We were also doing some cutting too. So,
what about you look back and Langdon Allen when he downed the ball to 5 on accident? I mean, that instantly he knew what happened, and instantly he came back though after that. And you talk about these kids not quitting and not giving up. I think his interception came after that.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he didn't quit. And that's a situation where a kid could have just said, oh, I just cost us the game, and never came back.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, our guys have really been resilient. They're no quit attitude. I could give you a list of the guys that got injured at some point during this game, and it's a laundry. I mean, it's a list. So those guys just kept battling. I'm so proud of them. But that's football.
Devon Clemens, pretty good running back, and he was injured.
Yeah, I mean, he played through injury too. Yeah, he was limping from the beginning of the game. I think we got him on a tackle on his ankle. Maybe got rolled. I don't know. But he wasn't running his best today. I mean, he still ran really well, but it wasn't his top.
What are you going to remember most about this team? Can you even think about that right now, or what?
That's a group that you look forward to going and seeing every day. You know, like going to practice is one of the most fun times of the day. I mean, that's just a great group of guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, I appreciate everything you guys did for us this year, allowing us to come up and be a part of what has turned out to be a storybook season. And I know it's hard today, but you're still a young coach. You're gonna have some more chances at this second round playoff thing, and you're gonna have some more chances to make amends for this. And unfortunately, the redemption tour came up
just a little bit short,
one game short,
one or two plays short.
The growth of these kids, you can't. There's no way you can be any more happy than you are.
So it's a great group of guys.
So, well, Coach, we'll let you get down there.
Well, thank you for broadcasting.
Hey, it's not a problem.
It's been so much fun. Coming up here and watching the games afterwards. You guys do such a great job, and most schools don't get this, so we really appreciate it. And I know our guys love it, and some you can't take for granted because you guys do an outstanding job, and hopefully we can continue that in the future. You know?
Well, that's the plan. Hopefully. You got to talk John Burton into sticking around, and not graduating school, and tagging to stick around. And those guys, you know, Chris and I are lifers.
Yeah, we're oldies.
We're not going anywhere.
I'm old enough to remember him doing his games on the radio.
Yeah,
and I have to talk about Coach Horrell. I'm like, okay, I got it. It's Tanner this time.
Which Coach Horrell are we talking about? Yeah, that's for sure. And you've built something, Coach. We're happy to have been a small part of it, and we'll be back next year and see what you can do with the next group.
Maybe we're moving on one more round.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Get there.
Why stop at one?
I know. 3, 4, whatever. That's the plan. But we got to get there.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
Coach Tanner Horrell talking to us on the post-game show. And you got some stats? You want to go through some stats?
Yeah, we can go through them real fast here. First for – get my papers flipped around. Murphysboro, injured and banged up. Devin Clemens, 32 carries, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. Unofficially, Drew Caldwell passing 1 of 6 for 4 yards, 2 interceptions. Ethan Finke, 10 carries for 46. Drew Caldwell, 1 carry for 1. Carmelo Abernathy, 1 carry for 8. And Gillespie with 2 carries for 9 yards. For the Bombers, they were led by Max Reiner, 33 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Lizzie May, 1 carry for 6. Jayden Jones, a couple carries for 15. Jack Duncan, 8 of 16, 112 yards, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown. Jayden Jones, a couple catches for 15 yards. Langdon Allen, 4 for 65. And a score, actually, Jayden Jones, 3 catches for that is 5. 3 for 6 yards. Langdon Allen, 4 for 65 and a touchdown. And JT Jeter, 1 catch for 10. Those were the finals. Of course, it was a 8-0 lead. The Bombers at the end of the first, 16-0 at halftime, and then Murphysboro with a touchdown in the third quarter. 2 Red Devil touchdowns in the fourth to make it the final score. Red Devils advance 20-16 over the Bombers.
Well, guys. We had a few issues today, tried a few different things, got to use the sideline camera a little bit, wanted to use the drone more than we did, had a few problems with that, but trying to improve what we were doing. But Tegan, you watched almost every game this year. What's closing thought for the Bombers?
Just this team is going to be one of those teams that is going to be remembered. I guarantee you that there's going to be a lot of people still staying here in Macomb, and they're going to remember this team. And regardless of how this game ended, the fact that you still went undefeated should be something special. Who cares about your schedule? Who cares about how this resulted in? You made history. You caused this. You caused the change into this organization. That's how it rolls, and I'm proud of these guys. Sucks that it ended like this, but unfortunately, not everything in life is a happy ending.
Well, Chris, you and I aren't done with football.
No.
We've got some IHSA football. You aren't available next Saturday, but we'll have 2 semifinal games next Saturday, and then the state championship game here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH on the 18th, a Friday night from Monmouth College, a great facility there.
Yes,
but the 8-man game, folks, if you're still listening to us here, you need to check out some of those games. The 8-man game is fun to watch.
It is, and like we said in the pregame, we see a couple teams coming in last year that were scoring averaging 50-plus points a game, and it ends up a 14-7 game. So you don't know what you're going to get. We've seen a lot of high. And you look at some of the early scores. I think Decatur Lutheran put up like 80-some points, I think, last week in their win, and running back that's I think Allen's the last name. Incredible stats for him, and of course not that far over in West Central. They've got a team that's been one of the top couple teams in 8-man and pulled away from a good Milledgeville team at halftime to move on. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're not doing anything on the 18th of January, come up to April's Orange Stadium in Monmouth College, and check out the 8-man state championship.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And Chris, thanks for coming on and helping us with these 2 playoff games. And John Burton, thank you very much. Jason, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Jason probably froze to death. John probably froze to death. It's almost hot in here. I felt bad.
You felt warmth, which is something.
It was a lot nicer in the second half. Yeah. So everybody watch these games. We greatly appreciate you watching. Don't forget, we'll be back with basketball for Bombers. We'll have some wrestling for the Bombers. Should be a lot of fun. Justice Keene, thank you very much for helping out with the pregame shows and the like. We want to say thank you to all our sponsors. We'll be back, and it's going to be 2 weeks or a week and a half, and we'll be back with some basketball. So thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brought Bombers sports to your television or smart device of whatever nature. The season comes to an end for the Macomb High Bombers, 20-16 at the hands of Murphysboro in the second round of the Class 4A IHSA playoffs. Until basketball, we'll see you.